What up, guys? It's CZ Mage X Snipes, CZ Gen X Snipes, whichever one you prefer. They're both my accounts, anywho. Here today to talk to you guys a little bit about the new upcoming Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, from what I've seen, it looks like a really good game. A lot of people feel differently about it because either they never liked Call of Duty or just some reasons that they don't like it. I think it's going to be good for multiple reasons, which I will talk about today, and I will just go over the basic information in the game. One new thing that they're adding, which I think is really cool, is the whole character customization. Now, one of my friends pointed out to me that this is a first-person shooter, so character customization, you're going to create a character that you'll never get to see. And I was like, well, that's a very good point. And he's a Call of Duty fan, but he's just making that point. And I was like, well, you're right, but I still think it's a cool idea. Another thing that comes out of creating your soldier is the whole new game mode Squads. Squads is going to be really cool because you can face bots, you can face real people, or you can go up against an offline player, which honestly would result in bots. But I think it's cool because what this whole squad thing is, you can make up to 10 characters per account, which is pretty cool, which basically means I'm going to have 10 guys per one account, which is really nice for me, at least, because that means I don't have to just use one guy the whole time to try and beat everything for him. Another thing that I like about it is the new marksman rifles. A lot of people think they're going to be overpowered and unfair. I don't agree. I think it's going to add a whole new layer of strategy for a sniper, because they can be a sniper, but at the same time they can be an assault rifle. They're going to be like an MK14, except not as powerful. So another thing that I think is pretty cool is the whole new mantling, leaning, and knee slide system. That's really going to make it easier to traverse these games and get around the map quicker, which we all need, and which I think would all be a really good help for us. I also like some of the new audio setups they're adding. I like the new locational battle chatter, which means that instead of having a guy say when he's throwing a grenade or kill somebody, he'll point out enemies for you that are by a landmark. So in this case, since I'm on Nuketown, I'd say he'd be like, target by the bus. He'll point them out for you so you can see them, have a better chance of killing them before they kill you. You know, another thing I think is pretty cool about the game is another thing is the fact that you can be a woman. Now, obviously I'm not a girl, but that means now for the girl players out there, they don't have to be a guy. They actually have the option to be a female, which is really good for them, because we should always try to be fair, because there are a good amount of female gamers out there. Another thing I like is the dynamic map setup. Maps in this game they're going to be a little bit more realistic now. Now you can make stuff happen to them. Like, in the one map, Octane, you can go and blow up the gas station and make it kill people and have it fall on people and kill them, or you can just use it as new cover. Or you can take this wall and blow it up and to make yourself a new vantage point. That's a bunch of stuff that I like about the game. Now, there's some stuff that people don't like. A lot of people, like I said, think the marksman rifles are overpowered. I don't exactly agree with that. Now, there's another audio thing I didn't talk about, which I probably should. It is this whole new setup of where if someone throws a grenade and there is like a fence or something by there, the fence will actually react to the explosion. So the fence will move, the fence will make like a cling sound, which it makes it a little bit more realistic, but it really doesn't help too much. And in one of the other audio upgrades, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but wow, I can't remember what it is right now, but we'll come back to that. Anywho, they added a new nuke for those of you who don't know. It's called the Odin Strike. What it is the only way you can get it is in a care package that you can, on a basic care package. The care pack. Now you can also get there's another way to get an easier care package. It is called. I'm just gonna go with calling it Intel or orders. What it is what you have to do is you have to do whatever it tells you. It could be anything from get a kill with an explosive to get 2 kills while prone. And if you do that, you're going to get a care package, and you can get the Odin Strike. Another thing that I think is pretty cool is what they're bringing back from Modern Warfare 3 that I love. They're bringing back Assault, Support, and Specialist. And I think that was one of the greatest ideas and things that ever came out of MW3. Now, me being a really big MW3 fan, that says a lot. Now, granted, the spawns were bad and all that, and they didn't do as good as they should have. I still always had some fun playing the multiplayer. And I like the whole, they added a whole new perk setup too. If you guys remember from in this game, Black Ops 2, they had the pick 10 system where you could pick 10 of anything. They're bringing that back, but with their own little twist to it. What it is they brought it back, but all attachments, lethals, and tacticals are free. But your perks are not. And they added 35, they have 35 total perks in this game. That is a big overhaul. So, what you can do is you get 8 points for your perks. So you can go and put, and each perk has their own point value from 1 to 5. So you could choose 4 perks worth 2 points, 8 worth 1 point, or however other combinations you want. Now, there is actually only one perk in that game that's worth 5 points. And that is, I don't know the name of it right now, but what it does is the higher the streak you get on, the more bullet damage you do. Which honestly sounds a little bit overpowered and is going to be something that they might end up nerfing. Or if you don't know what nerfing, it means making it bad, making it not as good as it was. I don't know for sure, but we'll see what happens when the game comes out. A bunch of the perks they brought back were Scavenger, Sleight of Hand, Assassin, Blast Shield, Tac Mask, Tactician, Danger Close, Primary Gunfighter, Overkill. They brought a bunch of perks back from the other CODs, which I think is kind of cool, but I think they really shouldn't have brought them all back. They should have brought a bunch of newer perks, not a bunch of perks that we've already used before, because I like that whole idea. Another perk they're bringing back, for those of you guys who played Modern Warfare 1 and World at War, Bandelier's coming back. I don't think it's the same name, but Bandolier, what it was when you spawned with a full amount of ammo. Basically, what I mean by that is, if you know how in Black Ops 2, Scavenger wasn't pro'd. If you got Scavenger Pro, you would start off, let's say you're using this gun, instead of having 30 with 60 extra rounds, you would start off with 30 and 180 rounds. Which, for those of you, that might be a good help. I'm probably not going to use it much, because I'll just be happier with Scavenger. We'll see what happens. Another perk that they're adding is called On The Go. And what that perk does is it lets you reload while you're sprinting, which is actually a pretty big help. I just don't know if I'm going to use it much, because if I need to reload, I don't usually run around while I'm reloading. I usually try to find somewhere to sit. So, I'm probably not going to use it too much. They brought new Juggernauts into this. They brought in the Juggernaut Maniac, which all he gets is a knife, but he's a lot faster, and which means he'll still be able to get a good amount of kills. The other Juggernaut is the original Assault Juggernaut, except instead of like an M60, he spawns with a minigun, which is pretty awesome to me. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Another thing that I like about what they're doing is, I just like the whole fact that I can have another thing you can do is have up to 11 perks. You can sacrifice your lethal and tactical and get 3 extra perks. So, you can have up to 11 total, which is pretty nice, but I'm sure not a lot of people are really going to use that, because honestly, why would you want to sacrifice all that for 3 extra perks? I don't think it's really helpful. I'm probably not going to use it much, but some of you might. If you do, that's your opinion. I'm not going to find it very useful. And they added over 30 new weapons to this game and 30 new kill streaks. That is a big, big jump. I liked some of the new weapons I've heard. I only know the assault rifle's name right now. The assault rifle they added is called the Honey Badger, and it has a suppressor built into it, which is pretty cool, because now I can have an extra attachment on it that I normally wouldn't have. I'd normally have to put the suppressor on it, but that obviously means it's going to be a little bit weaker than most assault rifles. They also made a sniper like that too that has a built-on suppressor. And like I said, that's pretty cool. You're gonna lose some power, but it could be pretty helpful. You never know. They added with the God. kind of backtracking right now. They added a bunch of other game modes, one being Cranked, where it is when you spawn, when you get a kill, you have 30 seconds to get another kill, or else you will explode. But there's a catch. Instead of just having 30 seconds at a kill, they make it that you run faster, you sprint, you zoom in faster, you reload faster, everything. Everything's faster. You're not normal with anything, which is going to make it a little bit easier on you. They also added this other game mode called Search and Rescue, which is a new take on Search and Destroy. What it is when you in this game, when you die, if a teammate picks up your dog tags, you come back into the game. If an enemy gets them, you're dead for the round. So it makes it a better chance of you actually being able to survive. There's also a better chance that makes it a little bit more strategical. God, I'm just doing bad today. Another game mode they added, which you might not, if you've already heard about Ghost stuff, you might not have heard about this one yet, but I recently heard about it. It's called Blitz. What it is when you guys start the match, each team has a portal in their spawn, and what your goal is to do is sprint to their portal and run into it. And if you do, you'll get a point for your team. First one to hit the max point limit wins. Which I think that's gonna be pretty cool because it's gonna limit camping a little bit. It's not gonna be completely limited because you're gonna have some people camping, or else who's gonna watch their friggin' flat? You're gonna watch the portal. So I mean, it's gonna make camping limited a little bit because think about it. If you have the whole team camping, nobody is ever going to win because they're all camping. So it's gonna limit it a little bit. Well, I think that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys have any other comments or anything you want to leave in the comments section, or you have anything you want to ask me, be sure to leave it. And if it's a good question, I'll be sure to mention it in one of my next videos. And as always, guys, beat up some noobs.